What it do? What it do? It's your boy, OG, coming to you with another video. This is Ghetto Talk Podcast. And again, I'm OG. And today's video is going to be about black women are the least to get married, right? This is a Reva reaction. I don't know if y'all familiar with this lady, but she got something going on as far as having the man's back, right? But without further ado, we're gonna get into the video.
Of a group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. You'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men and inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
Right, who taught the black woman, you know what I'm saying, to hate the man of her race, right? The black man. It's a lot of that going on around, as far as, the so-called black woman not wanting to marry or having all these excuses of not being married, it's pathetic. It's really getting pathetic, in the days of time that we're in right now. I know some family members that, I mentioned about, why you ain't married to your baby daddy or whatever, you need to get married and all that. And they looked at me like I was the boogeyman or something, right? Like I was the devil or something, right? So, marriage is good, right? A lot of women look at marriages that, no, I don't want to get married. And I wonder why. Because, at the end of the day, a lot of women talk about wanting to be married, but they're not married, right? So, that's got me a little confused on, why a lot of women of our women are not married, right? Is it that they want to still be out there in the streets? You know what I'm saying? They want to, be outside with it, or they want to turn up, you know what I'm saying? Or be that ratchet one or whatnot. That's screwing every time they can hear it, right? But let's hear what she got to say. Let's hear what Reva got to say.
Listen, can we just give this woman a round of applause? This woman broke it all the way down Shahrazad Ali style. Okay, she really went there. And when I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this video, I did not see the whole video. All I saw was the title, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a good conversation. No matter what side of the fence she's on, I know it's going to be a good conversation. But what I noticed is in her comment section, it was filled with women who were extremely upset at what she's saying. Of course, you're going to have the people calling her pick me, this, that, or whatever. But In regards to, because she said a lot, in regards to the women who were in school at graduation with rings on, there was a lot of women like, oh, well, we don't follow by, the ring by spring rule. And, we actually focus when we go to school to get our education because, we can't afford to fail because how it's going to look and how it's going to be. Listen, from my understanding, I could have assumed that when you go to college, it is to set your life up.
Right. And when you go to college, it's to set your life up. So eventually you should be, looking for your husband. Because what are women doing, you know what I'm saying, at that age? In college. They screwing, right? They screwing. So you should be looking for your husband, you know what I'm saying, in college or whatnot. Setting up, getting ready for your family and you know what I'm saying, getting married, right?
Okay, it is not just about the career path. It's about everything that it encompasses. The entire lifestyle that you want to create, you are supposed to be creating that while you are in college, i.e. looking for a husband. Okay, making sure your relationship is solidified, working on your credit, like everything that you could possibly do to ensure that you're going to be set up for success once you're finished.
Because in my opinion, family is success, right? It can't get no better than that, right?
But you see, when our women are going to school, they're taught, oh, you don't need to be focused on nobody. All you need to do is just do you and focus on your career.
Yep, do you. Independent. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about no nigga. Don't worry about no husband or whatever. Don't worry about trying to make no family or nothing like that. Get your stuff together. Get you a career so you don't have to depend on no man, right?
And get your bag and do all of these things. And then when that woman is past 30 and don't got no man and don't got no prospects, then those same people who were encouraging her to be single and not waste her time and focus are the same ones like, you ain't never gonna have no kids. You ain't gonna get married.
Right. Those same people who encourage her, not to worry about no man, not to worry about getting married, not to worry about having no kids or whatnot. Them same people will be talking behind your back like, she ain't gonna never have no kids. Or is she gonna have some kids? I wonder when she gonna have some kids. And she 30 years old, you know what I'm saying, at 35 or whatnot, chasing that bag, independent, don't need no man, right? And it's like, half of your life already gone away. You got how many years to have a child? I would say 5 maybe. 30 to 35. 5 or 7 years, something like that.
Well, how come? How come you ain't got no boyfriend? Because you've been trained, told, talked to, directed to focus your attention away from men and focus it on your own goals and your selfish desires. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's important that you understand, again, while setting up your life, while you're growing in the growing stages, that is when it is best for you to find a spouse, because you're not bitter by all these experiences that went bad because you was just playing around, dating, wasn't taking nobody serious, talking about you don't want to be with nobody. Getting on a man's page is a lot easier when you have a lot less bad experiences to get over.
Right, I agree with her on that. Because if she do decide to get a husband later on in life, then that husband might have to suffer, you know what I'm saying, as far as what somebody else done did to her in the past. Right? And she taking it out on him, or she feel like, he gonna do her the same way that these other guys did. Right?
While you're growing into the woman that you're going to be, it's best to be growing with a man. Because while you're growing, you guys can work on each other, okay? And when I say work on each other from the woman's aspect with a man, I mean your communication style, his communication style. You understand each other's childhood traumas. You understand the problems that you guys have gone through. You understand how to effectively communicate with each other, work cohesively together. When you just been out there focusing on you got your own house, your own apartment, your own car, your own this, your own that, you become selfish. You have this, well, I just have OCD. No, you're just neurotic. You just got nagging syndrome because you've been so selfish and so, moving at your own pace and only doing what you want to do that now to incorporate somebody else into that lifestyle, you can't do it. So, why are black women the least married? One of the reasons is selfishness.
You got that right. Selfishness. That's one of the reasons why, many black women are not married. They selfish as hell.
I'm just being real. That's one of the main reasons is selfishness. There was a lot this woman said, so we're going to have to play the video a couple times just to break it down. But I just thought it was very interesting that women were, trying to defend the fact that when they go to school, we go to school, we got to focus because, we got our whole family to prove wrong. And sometimes we're the first ones to go to college and we don't want to fail. Exactly. But also, if you're breaking generational curses in that way, you should also be breaking generational curses in the way of being married as well.
Exactly, because if you look, you know what I'm saying, you can just look at into your family or whatnot. When I say family, I mean your cousins, your aunties, you know what I'm saying, even your mothers. How many of them are married? I can look at my family. My grandma, she had 5 kids. Right? 4 girls, 1 boy. My mother, she was married. One of my aunties, they got married. And I think that's it. You go down another generation to the cousins. Out of 10, 1 person got married. No, I'm gonna say out of 3 girls from 10 kids, 1 person got married. 1 girl got married. In my family, 1 girl only got married out of 4 girls. Out of another set of 4 girls, 1 girl only got married. So out of what? 5, 10, 13. So out of 13, probably like 3 got married. That's not good. That's not good. And then you go down to the next generation. Ain't nobody married. None of the girls are married. This is when you're getting into the ones that's like in their 20s to their 30s. None of them married. Ain't thinking about getting married. Baby daddy after baby daddy after baby daddy. And it's like, come on, y'all. We got to do better. We got to break these generation curses. All right? Let's get back.
From a younger age, getting it together. Getting the balance together.
of a group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too.
And that's the thing too. Our women always, wanna have an excuse. The men, they don't want to get married. They want to hop from this woman to this woman to that woman or whatnot. It's the man you choose. Do our women even have the discussion of marriage when they get in these relationships? I doubt it. I doubt it. Very seriously, I doubt it. The conversation probably don't even come up.
Secondly, we will find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well,
this was another thing that really got to me, right? It's the fact that a lot of the women within our community are raised and they are taught from a young age all of the things that a man is not capable of doing before they even know what a man is. They are taught he'll cheat, he'll do this, he'll do that, they lie, all of these things. They're taught a list of bad behaviors from the experiences of the women who dealt with these men, their own personal experience from the 5 men that they talking about, and they will generalize all men. And these younger women are taught from their mothers who are bitter, their auntie, their grandmama, whoever's bitter. They are taught that you can't put your trust in a man. You can't rely on a man. They're unreliable. You can't this, you can't that. They don't know. You're taught a list of all these bad traits before you even know what it is to be a man, before you even understand what a real man is. So it's not like you're saying, oh, well, I don't want this type of man. You're raised, and then your mentality is, I don't want a man at all. Because everybody around me that's ever had a man couldn't rely on them. So I don't want no man. Where do you think that's gonna lead to? How do you think that's gonna end up?
It's gonna end up with them wanting to turn to their fellow black women or whatnot. That's what it's gonna lead up to. That's what I see now, right?
How far is that gonna get you? And it's sad. And then people get mad when you say, oh, well, why y'all always want to blame the single mothers? Why it's always a single mother? Because her picker was broken. She picked somebody that she probably did not know, did not have a strong connection with, didn't know his background, didn't know if he had mental health, didn't know nothing, didn't know.
I just said that. It's the man you pick. It's the man you pick. You don't know nothing about these guys.
Anything about this person, and thought it was the best thing or the right thing to do to keep the child. That makes her the better parent by keeping the child. And then she turns around and twists her child's mindset against men.
Oh, I gotta stop on that. I got to stop on that because, and this is something, personal to me, as far as, a woman twisting or putting something into their child's head about their father, about the child's father, right? Because I've experienced that before. From a son who's deceased, may his soul rest in peace. But, his mother put a whole lot of stuff in his head. Well, I can't say she put a whole lot of stuff in her head, but she was on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? She put some delusional stuff in my son's head, right? That's a whole nother story that I'm going to get into one day, but that was but these women do that though. They turn these kids against their father. You know, your daddy ain't nothing, or they want to try to control when you see your kid, or you know how often you see him, or you know they do stuff without your consent, or without you knowing, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like this my kid, this my child. You just the father. You know, and it's like the father is not important, right? I know some fellas can, you know what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying, you know, because I mean the stuff I see these days, you know how some of these women is, how some of these single women is, as far as with their kids, and on some controlling stuff, right? They want to control every goddamn thing, and they try to use the baby to do it.
And then you have this woman who is full of bitterness from experiences that don't even belong to her. It's sad.
Cheated on, well, they do this, well, they do that, but then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. Find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
Here's another thing, right? And the reason why I would have to say American black women. And the reason why I have to say that is because this is the place of freedom, independence. You know, this is where people have a more liberal like mindset, right? And so in a lot of other countries or a lot of other places, even where there's black women in other places, it all kind of pivots from here. It all kind of pivots from the women that are here. The music, the industries, it kind of pivots from here and then it goes out and affects them after. But it's not a natural thought for the women who live elsewhere, right? And another...
Well, I got to stop it right there. You know, it's different in Ghana. You know, they submit to their men. They listen to their man. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different world, you know what I'm saying, as far as in Africa, you know, Ghana to be exact. You know, I spent a year in Ghana, so I know the women is not, they just totally different from these westernized women. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. They submit to their husbands and whatnot, and a lot of them are married down there. You know, it's not no, you know, really baby mama, baby daddy thing going on down there. They marry each other.
The reason for that, just to get some background, is because with the freedom that women have chosen to go against their own. A lot of women who don't have the necessary, a lot of societies where the women still need and rely on their men, it's dumb of them to go against the person that they need the most. Here in America, you have seen where women got to a place that they no longer have to rely on their man, and they're choosing to go against them. Not because they have the you know, quote unquote equality or whatever, are they still choosing to procreate, to build families, to have a structure? No, a lot of them are choosing like, well, I don't need you anyway. Now I don't need you. I needed you once upon a time, but now that I'm doing well by myself, I don't need you.
Right, and to me, you know what I'm saying, that goes into, you know, if they got finances like that, You know what I'm saying? To bag them up on I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? I can do this all by myself. I can pay my bills myself. This all that I can do it myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they get them finances, they get them a nice career or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can, hey, I don't need no man. They'll mess around, you know, with every Joe Blow or whatever and shit. You know, whoever they want to mess around with. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
Okay? So a lot of the women here, what they've done is, which is very mind-boggling to me. They've created this enemy with their counterpart, and to me, okay, as beautiful as Black women are, as powerful as we are, as strong we are, I don't understand how women are being wrong and strong in the very wrong direction. What she said was, when you take from somebody else and you're taking the worst parts of it, I completely agree. Because you are going wrong and strong against your mate. I don't see anywhere where it says that Black men are the least wanted. I'm just being clear. I don't see that. I don't see where it says Black men are the least wanted, or nobody don't want to be with them, nobody don't want them. I don't see that. Other races of women will be sitting there, you know, oh, go girl, fight for your right, you know, be strong, do your thing, girl. Yeah, like, you can totally do this, you can totally do that. But at the end of the day, when you turn around and you go against your own man, they're looking at you like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Oh no, I could never do that.
No, they're not gonna do it. They still gonna be with their man or their husband or whatnot.
Me without my man? Oh no, that's not gonna happen. You think it's just you think it's just your own men who are like, oh yeah, Black women this? No, other races are looking and like, oh no, I don't want them. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the problems. Or, funny enough, you'll align yourself who also doesn't like your counterpart. You'll align yourself with someone who also does not like your counterpart more than you don't like your counterpart. And the fact that they can get respect out of you and they know that you won't respect your own, that's why they'll team up with you. Because you guys have a common enemy. That's another problem. Because once you have a child, depending on what line that child is teetering on, image-wise, can be a problem. And it's hurtful. It's distasteful. Again, Black women are beautiful. Okay, we are the mothers. The blueprint, if you will. But it's been a long spiral away from our true essence. Away from who we really are. Away from the connection that we have with our counterpart. If you play the tape, fast forward, years from now, with the same mindset that you don't need your own man, you can do battle by yourself. He out there, he doing his own thing. You like, oh well, I don't care. All they do is complain. All they do is talk. We don't have to get on their page. We don't have to agree with them. We don't have to do. What do you think is going to happen? Are you going to be with yourself? Other women? Where do you think that road is going to go to?
I said that when they step away from the, you know, from the man, they go to the women. But who you gonna be with? You gonna be by yourself, or you gonna be like Kevin Samuels would say, you know, get a dog or a cat. You need a man. All our sisters need a man. You might think you don't need a man, or somebody, you know, got you thinking delusional, but you need a man for various reasons. Protection, You know, it might need something done around the house or something, you know what I'm saying, that you can't take care of. You might need something as far as dealing with your car done. I mean, it's multiple things that women just don't deal with or don't want to deal with. Well, they got to go to a mechanic, or they got to go to a handyman or a contractor or whatever. But let's take them out the equation. The handyman, the mechanics, the carpenters and whatnot. You're going to need a man. Right?
And you get so offended, and you feel like you always know the answer to everything. You feel like you have it all figured out, and in actuality, you really don't. I love what she said about the fact that, you know, black women, main ones, oh, he need to go to therapy. Oh, he need to go to therapy. Oh, he must be scared of therapy because, you know, they need to go to therapy. And they be the main ones not in therapy. I don't got no problems. Oh, really? You don't? Oh, it's not me who's the problem. It's him. He need to go.
It's always the man who's the problem. It's never the woman. She ain't got no problem. She got it all together. Right? Ain't no, she don't need to make no changes, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Figure himself out, because it's obviously not me. Because I can't ever be wrong, because I'm a woman. Wrong. Wrong and wrong and wrong again. It's terrible. It's terrible. And time after time, again, our women are hit with the okie doke. And they go with it. As intelligent as they are, they don't see the bigger picture. Easily fooled. Easily swayed against our community. Our connections. How important the family structure is. Easily swayed. Because as long as it's a benefit to them, that's all they care about. But I loved this video. Absolutely loved this video. I feel like she dotted every I and crossed every T. I would love to know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I will, of course, see you guys in the next video. Love you.
Okay, that was a good video right there. But the last thing she said was, you know, our sisters don't realize how important the family structure is. And I'll mention that in the beginning of this video. That you know, you making a family, you building your family or whatnot, is success. Right? That's your success. But this was a good video here. Women, y'all got to, you know, y'all got to change. Y'all got to change y'all state of mind and whatnot, right? You know, shout out to the married women, you know, that's out there, you know, holding down the house. You know what I'm saying? Holding down their family or whatnot. You know, and changing the generational curse, right? Shout out to y'all. But this has been a good one. Until the next video, it's your man's OG with Ghetto Talk. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.